Good afternoon, student. For today's session, we have Priya ma'am for e-filing, and we will start the session in 10 minutes. Thank you and stay tuned. Ma'am, I think we can good to go for the session.
Yes, Kunal sir, I think now we should start.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. We are back with our day 3 session of e-filing, session number 2 for today. Okay. Before we start with nil return, let me just tell you, do you remember when we were doing this registration, there was showing some problem. The problem was about authorized signatory. Do you remember that? So when you all went for lunch, that time I was looking out for the error and see the error was nothing but a very small minute mistake. That was when we were writing the promoter partner's details, this person's details, and when we were putting the address, in address, by mistake, we wrote Noida in district. The ones who have made this mistake, they have written Noida, write UP over here, and then things are fine. Then you will be able to do it. Okay? So not a problem. But see, this is how GST registration is all about. Even if you make a very thin line of error, this is going to happen. And even if you make a very small error in submitting your GST registration, maybe you will not get your GST number. They are very strict to their rules. Okay, so I hope we are clear with this. Whatever doubt we had over here is clear from our end. Okay, now we are all set to go for GST filing. Are you all ready with me? We all can start this nil return filing. Now, before we went on break, we did discuss about nil return. So quickly, just brush it up. The ones who were not there, they will also be able to understand what is nil return. Write in the chat box quickly. What is nil return filing? Yes. Okay. Aditya says he's ready. So let us continue now and we will understand now how you can file GSTR nil return if there is any month in which you have no tax liability, you have not done any supply, then also in that particular month, you have to file your returns. You have to intimate this to the government that, okay, this month I have not made any sales. that you will do in this file, nil return file. Okay, let us understand how this works. Let's click on start. So now when we click over here, what can we see? Just a moment. Students, just wait for 2 minutes. Okay, let us come back. Thanks for waiting. Now see, we have this question in front of you that GK Infotech is a multinational software company based in Tamil Nadu. Its headquarters is in Chennai. Okay. Now this company's management is seeking your advice on submitting their September 22 GST return. As there was no purchase or sale made during the year, they are supposed to file nil return GSTR1 and GSTR3B. For that, we need to help them. So let us understand how can we file nil return if there is no sale or purchase during the year, during the period. Okay. So we have user ID with us, password, GST number. Through this, we can simply do the login process. Login process. Let's click over here. Password. We will put the password. Special characters 580, 460 and login. Now, the moment we log in, this is what will pop up. Okay. We could see that there is option to go to dashboard, create challan, view notice and orders, annual return. Okay. So we can simply click over here, return dashboard. And in the right hand side, we could see that there are details of this person, respective person, that is Akhil Vasudev. We could see that this number, GST number is also written over here. Okay. Now, tell me students, a lot of you must be seeing this GST portal for the very first time. Who are they? Tell me. Who are the ones who are seeing this portal for the very first time? Yes, anyone who is seeing for the very first time? No one? Yes. Okay. Vindhya says she is seeing for the very first time. Not just Vindhya, a lot of us are seeing this portal for the very first time. So let's be very detailed, focused over here. Let's put our focus over here. So the moment we come to dashboard, what could we see over here? We have option financial year, we have quarter, we have period. Now what we need to select will be based on the details given in the question. So what is the financial year that we are opting for? It is 2022 and 23. Let's select that year 22-23. For which quarter we are doing it? Which quarter? It is July to September. And which month it is? See, period will automatically pop up. That is September. Let's click on search. The moment we click on search, you could see over here that this will get opened. Okay. You could see over here GSTR1, which says detailed of outward supply of goods and services. GSTR1 due date is 11th. Okay. Then there is auto drafted detail. You have heard about these things: GSTR1, 2A, 2B, and then 3B, right? So these three boxes are auto populated. We don't have to put any details over here. In 2A, 2B, and this ITC statement, it is just for our reference to understand that the person to whom we have made the sales or purchase, have they also filled their GSTR return or not? If yes, then only it will come in 2A. We know what is 2A, right? Tell me what is 2A. Do you know what can you see over here? Yes. Okay. So now let us simply come to GSTR1. In this question, what has been asked to us? To file GSTR1 and 3B. Both we need to do. So first, let us come to GSTR1. We need to click on prepare online. Okay. Now, in regular cases, what you need to do is, you could see that GST number is there, legal name, period, trade name, status, what it is showing, not filed, because we have not done it till now, right? When you go down, you have separate boxes with you. One box is where you have to write all the outward supply that you have made to registered persons. Okay. Now in this box, that is 5A, it talks about B2C, only B2C transactions which are large invoices. Large as per GST, this means if the invoice value stands more than 2.5 lakhs, then they will come under 5A. Then we have export invoice, we have B2C. Okay. So whatever comes under large, that is more than 2.5 lakhs, would come under here. Others would come under B2C. Okay. Then we have nil rated supply. We have credit debit notes with us. We have credit debit notes with registered, unregistered, advance, received any, adjustment of advance. Then outward supply summary we have. And then in this box, we could see the documents that has been issued by us. So this is how the GST portal GSTR1 actually looks like. Okay. So over here, we don't have to click on these boxes. Why? Because we have nil return. So simply you have this small box over here. You need to click over here, file nil return GSTR1. The moment you click over here, you could see that whatever boxes were available before, they have vanished, because you have told the system that I will file nil return. So these boxes are not required. Now what we need to do is, we need to click on file statement. Other you have option reset. If you want to reset whatever you have selected, click over here. You want to go back, you can click over here. We will do file statement. The moment we do it, now what we need to do is, see, your generated summary request has been received. Please check the status in some time. Okay, let's go. Again, click on file statement, tick this box, select the authorized signatory, file with EVC. Now, the moment you click on file EVC, you will receive an OTP on your registered phone number. That is 123456. click on verify, and in this simple step, you have filed your GSTR1 nil return. Okay. Now what we need to do is we need to come back. We need to return. Okay. Now can you see when you come back to the dashboard over here, what can you see? GSTR1 status filed. So your GSTR1 has been filed. Now what we need to do is we need to come to monthly return GSTR3B. Now in this section, you have to select that they are asking you, do you want to file nil return? Yes, we want to file. It is already selected for us. So we will go next. Let's tick the box, select the authorized party, file with EVC. Again, OTP will be there. Verify your OTP. And in this simple step, hardly it would have taken us 5 minutes prominently to file this GSTR nil return, and we have done it, right? So nil return filing is very small, very simple, but a lot of times there are situations we need to file nil return. So knowing how to file this is very crucial, right? I hope nobody must have faced any problem in filing nil return. So I would suggest you all to go ahead and do question 2. Nil return is very easy and simple. See question 2, what are they saying us? Mr. Rahul Kishan, he started a manufacturing company under the name RK Associates, September 5th, 2022. Okay. And he has done registration, but due to technical reasons, the company could only commence in operation from October. Mr. Rahul has requested to file nil return for September. Now see this situation. He took the registration in the month of September, but due to technical reasons, he could not do any functioning in the month of September. Still, what he need to do, since he have already registered under GST, he have to file the return. Whether it is a taxable return or it is nil return, he have to file it. Okay. This is the case with Mr. Rahul. So he wants you to help him to file nil return GSTR 1 and 3B. And I am sure you people are so smart, you will help him. Let's quickly do it. It's very simple. You can quickly do it. Very good, Monica. Very good, Ravi. Others, let's do it very quickly. After this, we will go for GSTR 1 filing. Yes. Anyone who has any doubt in nil return? Anyone? In that case, see, we know nil return was very simple. So definitely you would not have any doubts. We could simply come to GSTR1. Now let us come to GSTR1 filing. Over here you have total 10 tasks. Each task would state their own details. We already have discussed what is GSTR1. GSTR1 shows about all the outward supply that you have made for that particular period, right? So see over here in the question, you could see that who is this person? This person is KR Bakers. They are located in Kerala. So they have made total 2 sales in the month. In the month of September, they have made 2 types of sales. The first one is where they have made sales to Hotel Nakshatra. The other is to Jaya Shankar. Okay. Documents issued, everything is given to us. Let us start. Okay. Simply, we can come to login. We will put the user ID and password given in the question itself. And then the characters 580460. And we have logged into the dashboard of Ramadhan. Now what we need to do is come to return dashboard. Now see for which year we are filing. We could see again it is September 2022. This means what financial year, what it will be? 22-23. Which quarter? Quarter second. Again, they have taken September itself. Click on search. Now we could see over here GSTR1. Let's click prepare online. Now in this box, you will see that whatever boxes we discussed in the last session, in the last nil return session, now we are going to fill it up. Okay. So let's click on this one, 4A, 4B1. The moment we click on it, we could see 4A, 4B, 6B, 6C. They are talking about B2B, SEZ, DE invoices. So these type of invoices are going to come over here, right? We have an option to add records over here. What we need to do is whatever B2B sales this person is having, we need to put it over here. Is there any B2B sales? We could see that this Hotel Nakshatra one is a B2B sale, correct? So let's click on add record. Now let's figure out these details. Is GST number given to us? Yes, it is given. We will put the number over here. Then recipient's name, what is it? It is Hotel Nakshatra. We will put over here. Now, invoice number. What is the invoice number? You have this invoice number 456 over here. Let's put the invoice number. See, over here, we don't have to put invoice date. Let's put the invoice date first. That is 3rd of September. Let's put it. Total invoice value, what it is? Invoice value is 1,18,000. 1,18,000 we'll put over here. Now you could see that you don't have to select the place of supply type. The moment you have given this recipient details, they have already fetched these details. System is already having. Your GST council is already having their details. Now let us come down this item details we have. First, we will check that this B2B sale that has happened, it is under what GST rate? It is under the rate 18%. Let us come below and beside 18%, we are going to write the taxable value. What is the taxable value over here? It is 1 lakh. Simply come down to 18% and write 1 lakh. The moment you write 1 lakh, it will automatically fetch 9,000 each CGST, SGST. Click save and move ahead. Okay. So with this, we have filed our first sale that happened in the month of September. Let us come back now. Now what we need to do is the other invoice that we have, it is, we have made this to Jai Shankar. Now this person is whom? We don't have GST number means what? This person must not be registered, or this person is a customer. B2C sales. We will click on B2C. Click on add records. Okay. Now see in B2C, this is the only simple details you need to put. You don't have to put any GSTR number, the name of the person, no such details. Only place of supply is required. That is Kerala. Click on Kerala. taxable value. What is the taxable value? It is 10,000. Already taken intrastate. Now what they are asking you, is the supply eligible to tax at a different percentage of the existing tax rate as notified? No, we don't have to select this part. Now what we need to do is quickly come over here. What is the rate? Rate is 18%. Let's click on 18%. Then automatically they have taken CGST, SGST. Let's click save. Then come back. Now we could see over here in this B2B, they have seen one. It could see one. This means we have uploaded one invoice over here and one in B2C. In others, it is 0 because we don't have these things, right? Now we need to come to the 13th number, that is document issue. Let us see what documents have been issued. Now add document for outward supply. Click on add. Then they will ask you from which serial number to which serial number. We have this in the question, from serial number INV 456 to INV 457, right? What is the total number? The total number of invoices 2. There is 0 cancelled invoice. 0 cancelled invoice. We will write 0 over here. And then let's come down and click on save. And then you can click on back. Now see, in document issued also you could see one written over here. Now let us click on generate summary. Let's generate summary of whatever we have filled over here. Proceed to file summary. Now see, consolidated summary is in front of you for the month of September. Whatever data you have fed it is already there. Could you see it? See, total tax liability stands at 1,10,000 is the value and 9,900 each is the tax liability that we have. Let's click on file statement. Tick over here, tick the box, give the authorized signatory's name, then EVC 12456 verified. So in short, this is how we file GSTR1, right? I hope nobody must have faced any doubt over here. We went very slow so that we all are on the same page. Now the ones who are fine with question 1, I request you all to go ahead and do question 2. Question 2 is also very similar. Won't face any problem. Anyone who is having any doubts over here? Poonam says, ma'am, please explain this again. This means what, Poonam? Do you want me to explain this whole again, or is there any particular topic you want? I hope you all are doing return to. Okay, let's continue and start. The ones who did face any trouble in question 1, try to focus on 2 and understand where you've had any doubt. Okay, let's log in. Return to dashboard. Financial year, what is it? It's December month 20 to 23. It is the third quarter, December. Search. Come to GSTR1. We have one B2B and the other is B2C. Come to B2B, add records. Put the details. What is the recipient's name? It is City Home Appliances. What is the invoice number? Total invoice value. It is 148267. POS supply type they have already taken. Come to taxable rate. It is 18%. Under 18%, you need to write the taxable value beside 18%. Okay, it will automatically fetch your amount of tax. Could you see it is interstate over here and not intrastate? They have already taken it. And since it was interstate, we know that there will be no CGST, SGST. There would be IGST. So they have already taken it. Now let's click on save and continue. Come back, come to B2C. Now in B2C, let's add the record. What is the place of supply? It is Bangalore. Or we could say it is Karnataka. What is the taxable value? 85650. Rate is 28% this time. They have already taken CGST, SGST. Save. Come back. Click on documents issued. Again, two types of documents are issued. We will add document. Okay. Total number 2, cancelled 0. We would save it. And then we would go back. See 1, 1, 1. We have filled. Now generate summary. Proceed to file. Summary is in front of you. You could see the total liability. File statement. Give the authorization. OTP would come. And verify. Let me tell you one thing, that when you start filing GST return, no, you will realize that the OTPs that you receive on this portal is very critical. Why critical? Because in generally what we see is that 5-10 minutes time we get, after that OTP expires. But over here they say that till 5-10 minutes your OTP will not expire. But after 1 or 2 minutes, if you start putting the same OTP, they will say OTP expired and then they will ask you to regenerate it. So we have to be very quick when we are doing this OTP verification over here. We have to make sure that we tell our client that we are going to receive the OTP. And this is the one of the reasons why we also have authorized signatories. Let's say, sorry, let's say you are filing GST for some client. Now, if they have given you the authorization that, okay, you can go ahead and you can file the GST, in that case, you will receive OTP on your phone. And that becomes very feasible, no? Even if you are sitting around 10 or 11 p.m. at night and filing somebody's GST, then also it won't be a botheration, right? You don't have to call that person at 11 o'clock that please give me OTP. OTP is with you, you can simply file it, right? So for all these authorized signatories have also been introduced, correct? I think with this, we are clear with the GSTR 1 and 2 questions I have solved with you. Go ahead and do 3. Roshni, I have explained monthly return right now only. GSTR 1 I have explained. 3B we will do. Document issued part. Document issued part, Pallavi, I think now you are clear when I have done this question too. Tell me if you have any doubt. Poonam, I think now you are clear. Okay, Roshni. Go ahead with question number 3. So question number 3 says CTC PVT Limited is a wholesale dealer, okay, hardware in Kochi. Now he is asking you to file his GSTR1 for the month of September. Now over here, see, we don't have one invoice, we don't have two invoice, just we have total 5 invoice with us. 2 of them are B2B. The rest 3 are B2C, right? So simply the way we have done question 1 and 2, you could easily do this one. Students, are you done with question 3? Tell me. Now come to this side. Let us understand what are GST returns, to whom they are applicable. Now see, we know that there are different type of GST returns, like GSTR1, 2A, 2B. I think you could see my screen, right? Then there is 3B. GSTR9 is there. Someone, can you tell me what is GSTR9? Then we have, for composite taxpayers, we have 2 returns, that is CMP08 and GSTR4, right? We have these other returns as well, GSTR5, nil return, GSTR7, 10, they are there, right? But the most commonly used ones are 1, 3B, max to max. The more common could be CMP08, that's all, right? So what happens in GSTR1? Just now we have seen that whatever outward supply is there, we see it over here, right? Whatever outward supply is there on a monthly basis, we could see it over here, right? And what is the due date? Whenever we were filing GSTR1, in that box, it was showing us 11th of the next month, right? So tell me that if right now I have to file GSTR for the month of July, what is going to be the due date for filing GSTR1? Tell me. Roshni, e-PAN is electronic PAN. How will you receive it physically after applying for PAN? E-PAN, the major agenda is to keep it digital, no? If they send you after 10 to 15 days, what is the use of going for e-PAN? E-PAN does not mean that you are filling PAN details online. No. E-PAN is separate document. Then you won't get any physical PAN. Yes, Monica, 11th of August is the right answer. I am continuously getting the message of incorrect documents. What I need to do? Okay. You need to first check what have you written. Okay. Whatever is the range of your document. You have to put that, no? See, over here in question 1, what was the document range? From INV 456 to INV 457. Then further details you had to put is total invoice issued is 2, cancelled is 0. That's all. In question 2, again, this is the from this invoice number to this invoice number, total is 2, cancelled is 0. In question 3, from this invoice number 456 till invoice number 460, you have total number is 5, cancelled is 0. What problem you have here? Very good, Dharvi. GSTR1 is annual filing. Okay. Exactly. You all have given right answers when I asked you when to file GSTR1. When is the last date to file GSTR1 for the month of July? It is 11th of August. Correct. Shashank, answer is right. Now, what are the details which are provided over here? Let us understand. Now see. Invoice level details of supplies to registered person includes those having UIN. Now, state supply value greater than 2.5 lakhs to unregistered person. This becomes for consumers. Then we have credit notes, debit notes, SEZ, nil rated. We have HSN code. We have documents issued. We have seen these things, right? Now, the following taxpayers are not required to pay GSTR or not required to file GSTR1. Who are those? We already know they are composite scheme people. They must be non-resident, right? ISD, TDS, e-commerce, etc. Correct? Correct. Now, this is what we have already seen, right? We have seen the process of filing GSTR1, which is absolutely clear to us. So tell me, are we good to move ahead with GSTR3B? Yes, if you know one, 3B becomes more easy for you. 3B is nothing very simple. Anyone who has finished question 3 of GSTR1? Yes. Arya, have you done it? You are saying yes. If you have done it, that's nice because this would have been a good practice for you. I can be very sure that there are 10 questions for GSTR filing. If you have done it, if you do it all, maybe some in the session with me today, some later, the ones who have not faced the original website as of now, they have never filed returns as of now, they will be confident enough. Don't you think this is such a good clarity thing for you that you have this portal where you can practice? We remember when we've started our internships, that time we did not had such kind of tools. Then what used to happen? We used to directly go to the firms, CACMA firms over there. For the very first time, we are seeing the portal. The our boss just gave the papers to us and said that file GSTR. Right? In small firms, it is not that somebody is going to give you handhold that okay, this is how you do it. So you have to learn it yourself. So that was a very rough journey that we have learned. And that is so crucial that you have original client details. You don't have any dummy details with you. the original details you are going to fill in the GSTR portal. So if you do any mistake, you will be in trouble, right? You know that. So this portal has been so smooth for you for the learning process. Don't you think this is beneficial for you? Tell me, how many of you think this is beneficial? We have a lot of students with us right now who must have seen GST portal for the very first time. Yes, Monica, it is very beneficial, right? So are we good to move ahead with GSTR 3B? Tell me. If yes, Kashish, also tell me what is GSTR 3B? What are the details we have in 3B? Tell me. Okay, I could see you all saying it is beneficial. Yes, it is beneficial. Now tell me what details we have in 3B. Good, Ravi. Ravi, I hope you have not faced any difficulty when you did question 3, right? Okay. Varun, question third is also very similar to 1 and 2. So if you have done 1 and 2, you will not face any problem in question 3. There are two B2B bills over there and three B2C bills. That's all, right? Summary return. Yes, Ravi, it is very easy. Exactly, Akash. In GSTR 3B, sales and purchase summary. Okay. Akash, not just sales and purchase summary is there, but in GSTR 3B, we also have if there is any ITC claim that we are about to set off, if there is any outward supply, inward supply. So it is a summary of whatever has happened connecting to GST in your firm. Okay. Now we know that anyone has registered, if anyone has registered under normal scheme, then they have to regularly file this return. But there might be some people who have gone for composite, and for them, they have to quarterly file GSTR 3B. They don't have to go more for monthly purpose. But tell me one thing, if you are a normal taxpayer, normal GST registered person, what is the last day for you to file your GST return? 3B. Okay, I'm talking about 3B now. Tell me. Yes. What is the last day?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, Kunal, sir.
Once you complete now, there's one question related to incorrect document. I think you have already said the detail or not. If not, then take it after this completing this
Okay.
question.
Okay. Actually, I have made the student understand about incorrect documents. I also showed on the screen, and I think that
Okay.
doubt must have been cleared.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
Yes, Akash. The doubt is 11th of next month. Arya, 13th of next month. We are talking about GST 3B return filing for regular taxpayers, normal registered person. The date is 20th of next month, right? It is not 11th. And one thing is very clear. Some people are saying that, ma'am, what will happen if we make any mistake while filing GSTR 3B? One thing is very clear, Rahul. If you make any mistake, you are not allowed to revise. Okay? We are not supposed to revise our GSTR returns. So we have to be very careful when we are filing 3B. Okay? Let us come to GSTR 3 now. Let us come to the tool. Yes. Click on GST return filing and there we are. Now you can see what details we will have over here. They are saying you are required to file GSTR 1 and 3B for the month of September 22 for KR bakers who are located in Kerala. Okay. Now we have sales details with us. We have sales detail. And then we also have inward supply details with us that will be reflected in GSTR 2B. We have one inward supply from Indian supermarket. Then these are the two documents which has been issued for our sales. Correct? Let us do it. Let us see how to file 3B as well. So let us quickly come and do login. We have the login credentials, everything. Quickly do it. Five eight 460 login. Return dashboard. Which year it is? It is financial year 22-23 for the month of September. Quarter second. Search. Okay. First, we need to file GSTR 1 because in question they have asked us to file GSTR 1 and 3B. So first we need to file 1, then we can only file 3B. We know this thing, right? So let us come over here. We will add in the records. Okay. Let's add the details. Recipient's name. Invoice number. What is the total invoice value? It is 1,18,000. Come down. Taxable value is 1 lakh, 18%. Beside 18%, right? 1 lakh. CGST, SGST has come 99,000 each. Click on save. Come back. Come to B2C. Add records. And then simply write the place. It is Kerala. What is the taxable value? Taxable value is 10,000 at 18%. Click the rate at 18%. Central tax is 900, state is 900. Click on save. Come back. Documents. Add document. We have two documents issued over here. The ones who are having doubt in document part, please see it once again, how we are filling the document. Our invoice number is INV 456. So it starts from INV 456 and it goes till INV 457. So from 2, we have written what is the total number of invoice has been issued. It is 2, right? Right, 2 over here. How many have been cancelled? 0 has been cancelled, right? 0 over here. And net issued automatically comes at 2. Okay. We need to scroll down and save. So request accepted. It has been saved. Come down. Come back. And then you could see that there is option generate summary. Okay. Then proceed to file. We could see whatever details we have feeded has come over here. Total tax liability becomes 9,900, right? 9,000 for B2B and 900 for B2C. Total is 9,900 each. CGST, SGST. Fine. Let's agree. Okay. Click on authorize signatory. Verification. Verify. And with this, you have done GSTR1. They say please file GSTR3B to complete the task. Okay, this means we have done half of the task, right? Let's click on returns. Now we could see that in under GSTR3B, status is GSTR filed, right? Now our task is to come to 3B. Let's click on 3B. Okay, let me show you. If you click on ITC, no, see what details you have over here. You have 450 each. So for that, you can take this much ITC claim. And over here at the right hand side, you get an option called as ITC not available. And over here, you have the ITC which is available to you. Come back. And now click on GSTR3B, prepare online. Okay, half of the part is left. We are almost done. Now over here, what you need to do is they are asking you, do you want to file nil return? Of course, you don't want to file nil return because you are going to file a taxable return over here. Simply click on no and click on next. Now see, in GST R3B, as we always say them, it is summary return. You will see all the details are already there. Could you see over here in 3.1, tax on outward and RCM? Everything is there. What is CGST, SGST? 9,900. It has already populated over here. The eligible ITC, remember in that ITC box, we have seen how much is eligible. It was 450 each. You could see over here. There was no exempt, nil or non-GST inward supply. So 0 is written over here. There has been no interest and late fees charged to us. But there could be a lot of times when you are filing GSTR after crossing the uh, dates, whether it is 11 or whether it is 20, right? In that case, definitely you might have to pay some late fees. We are done with this process. So what we need to do is we need to click on system generated GSTR3B. Okay. Let us come down. Let us first click on save and then go to generation. Proceed payment. Come down. Now you need to make the payment. See, for payment making, what you need to do is first you need to create challan. Can anyone tell me? Let us first come back. Can anyone tell me that this eligible ITC, that is 450 and 450 each, from where have it come? Who can tell me this? Tell me from where you have got this 450, 450. Anyone? No one? Think from where have you got? See, you should be asking me these questions, but you forgot to ask me, right? The ones who are thinking from where have you got 450? Yes, Monica, you are right. From our inward supply. You remember we also had one inward supply. What was that? This is over here. In this inward supply, what was the taxable value? 5,000. GST rate 18%, invoice value 5,900. This means total 900 is the GST rate that you have paid. And when you see what is the CGST, SGST, it will be 450, 450 each. Correct? That is what you see over here. See, ITC 450, 450. That is what is populating over here. Confirm. And see, a lot of times we also have option over here. See, generally it is auto populated. You don't have to do any corrections. But let's say there is some mistake over here in ITC. Then you can do the corrections. Then you can change if you want, and then you can confirm. Okay. Now proceed to payment. Again, you could see over here credit ledger balance is 450, 450, right? So what is the net liability that you're going to have? It is 9450 each after subtracting the 450 eligibility that you had. Correct? I hope we are clear till here. I hope we are clear till here. Yes. Let's click on create challan. Let's click on create challan and this page is going to come up. Okay. 9450 liability you could see over here. Total challan amount will be 18,900. Now you have to select the payment mode. Click on e-payment, generate challan. Challan successfully generated. See, you could see the CPIN number is there. Challan generation date, challan expiry date, everything is given over here. Right? Now we need to make the payment for this challan. Click on preferred banks. You will get two options, preferred bank, net banking. You should always go for preferred bank. Preferred banks are the banks for which you have already given detail while registering your company. It is SBI over here. Click on the box for terms and conditions apply. Make payment. Now see, the payment is successfully completed. Now in original websites, definitely the moment you click on payment and preferred bank, they will ask for OTP, right? So you have to give OTP, then only the payment will happen. But over here, you don't have to go through that process. Okay. Now we have done the create challan process. Now what we need to do is make payment post credit to ledger. We have created challan. We have done everything. Now we need to go further. Now see, this warning will come to you that you are about to agree to credit claim and utilization as indicated. Relevant amounts will be deducted from your electronic cash and credit ledger. Right now you have just added that amount to your cash and credit ledger. So this warning is that, okay, now this amount is going to get deducted. Okay, now also the amount of credit claimed will be credited to electronic credit ledger. Once these entries are made, these cannot be reversed. That is what this warning is all about, that if you go further, then there is no case that you said there is no case you can go for revised GSTR 3B filing. So make sure you have done all the proper detailing and then you click yes. So see, your offset has been done. Okay, offset has been done. You have paid the relevant GST what was liable for you. Now you simply have to proceed to file it. Click on the box, select the authorized person, file GSTR 3B with EVC 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, verify. Enter. The 3B has been filed. Was it clear? Was it clear? Anyone who has faced any doubt over here in 3B? Tell me what is your feedback? Any doubts? Or is it clear? If I ask you to go for question 2, will you be able to do it now? Go ahead and go for question 2. Yes, Monica, you have done question 2, but we want others to do question 2 as well. Let's come to question 2. Everyone do it yourself. In question 3, what problem you are facing? Question 3 is also very simple. Poonam, why will it show invalid? Maybe once it could happen because of network error, but if you do it again, it won't happen. Try it again. Restart the task, it will not happen. Tell me, Varun, what doubt you have in question 3? What is there in question 3? There are 5 invoices, right? 2 belongs to B2B, right? You don't have to upload purchase details. Who asked you to do it? In GSTR 1, you will just put the details of the sales that you have made, okay, under the respective heads. If it is B2B, right over there. If it is B2C, less than 2.5 lakhs, then write in the respective box, right? Ah, that's why some people are saying, yeah. Now I got it, Monica. Because in question 3, you don't have invoice value calculated. That's why you're asking. Then also, what is so tough in that? How is invoice value calculated? I hope you are all CMA inter students. You know how to calculate the invoice value. This is the taxable value. Plus the GST rate would be your invoice value. So do it. That also you can do easily. I hope your doubts are clear. Let's quickly come to question 2. Did we start question 2? No. Let's log in. Write the characters, log in, return to dashboard, December, which is third quarter, search. Let's come to GSTR1, B2B. What we have in B2B? We have city home appliances, add records, recipient's name, GSTR number, invoice number is there, invoice date, it is 8th of December. What is the total invoice value? It is 148,267. Let's write it over here and then save. What happened? Oh, that box was not opening that time. 18%. Save. Come back. B2C. Add records. Places. Karnataka. What is the taxable value over here? It is this. Now this means what? Untick this one. This means what? Let's say we have small B2C invoices with us. What will we do? And the place of supply is same. Let's say we have 3 invoices from Karnataka. Some is of 85,000, some is of 70,000, 50,000. So what are we going to do over here? We can club all these 3 invoice values and just put it over here in the taxable value one. Now there is only one limitation over here. If you can only club it if the rate of GST applicable on all the 3 invoices are same, then only you can do it. But in case you have 3 different B2C small invoices and each of them says different GST rate, in that case you can't do it. Otherwise you can simply club it and just write it in the taxable value, select the rate and CGST, SGST would come up. Come back. Okay. Document. So from 365 till 366 we have, right? 2 number is there, 0 cancelled. Save. And then you can come back. Generate summary, proceed to file. File statement. Verify. Done. Now, second step is come back and file your 3D. Simply click on save first and then proceed to payment. Create challan, e-payment, generate challan, and then select your preferred bank, make payment. Continue. Then now you need to make payment. Click yes. Offset is done. Now proceed to file. Give your consent. File with the help of OTP. Till this step, did any of you had any doubt? Because the moment I will click on verify, this will be submitted. I won't be able to come back to any step to explain you if you have any doubt. Tell me if you're facing any doubt in any step. Was there any such thing? Yes. Okay. So we can move ahead and verify. So see, we have submitted this. I hope you people would not have any doubt in filing GSTR, whether it be GSTR nil return filing, it be 1, it be 3B, because we have made the process smooth for you, right? Right? Now, the moment you keep on practicing each and every sum of these filings, you will get more confident on yourself that yes, I can do it. Even if now I go to the original portal and if somebody asks me that can you do it, I have that much of confidence that yes, I can do it. Right? If maybe somebody is having any family business, if the business is registered under GST, now you can say to your parents, whether it is your mom or dad, you can say them that from today onwards, I am going to file the GST for my company. We are not going to pay money to any tax helpers, right? So tell me, after this understanding of GSTR 1 and 3B, who are the people who have that much of confidence that yes, now we can go and now we can file our own. Now, if we go to the original website, I can file GST. Let me see who have got this confidence now. Let me see. Yes. How many of you? I hope that each and every student who is sitting in the session right now should have that much of courage that if they do it now, they will be able to do it themselves. At least not filing, then I think you should be so prominent that now you could say that now I could do the TRN generation part. Now I could do the registration part, right? Only Monica is confident. Sanya is also saying she's confident. Yash, I can do it. Very good. That is the confidence we wished to give you all. And that was the actual agenda for sitting for these e-filing sessions, that you get real life exposures. Dharvi, I have that confidence. Good. Good. So now we are left still with one of the major topic of GST, that is composition scheme. Yes, Divisha, you are absolutely right. Divisha is saying that, ma'am, from now on, I can actually mention that I can work on these things in my resume, right? Because being a CMA inter student, you must have faced this difficulty before. When you go for any job interview or any such situations, they must have asked you that, do you know how to file GST? Do you know how to file income tax? And the moment you say no, and they start having less confidence on you, they start getting feared that if this person does not know how to file GST, how can we give them the files of our actual clients? If they do something wrong, what will happen? So now onwards, definitely you have that much of confidence that you can say to the interviewer that, yes, I know how to file GST. I know how the GST portal looks like. If you ask me, I can do it. Right? That was the whole agenda of sitting for this session. Now quickly come to the composition scheme. Quickly. Now we are going to file GSTR for composition scheme, people. We'll wait for 2 minutes and then we will start. Arani is saying that, ma'am, why did we not file the inward supply? Okay, I'm just publishing this question. Okay, now who wants to give answer to this question? The question is why we did not file the inward supply that was mentioned in the question. Definitely it was mentioned in the question. Why didn't we do it? No, sir. Your training is for 20 hours. So even if we finish everything today, first of all, it is not possible to finish. Even if we are doing, we have to meet tomorrow. Otherwise, how will you finish off the 20 hours? Yes, Arya, now we can add about Excel and GST with ITR filing to our resume. Yes. Not just that, you can also add whatever you have learned, like Lin also you can add EPFO, ESIC. These registrations are required. You have seen, no, what is the limitation? The limitation is the employees have to be more than 10 to 20. So, of course, 10 to 20 is a very nominal amount. Exactly, Arya. So inward supply is auto-populated. Sophia, Sophia is saying because question did not ask us. Sophia, it is not like that. Even if the question says that tell us about the inward supply, we can just tell us the inward supply that we could see in the auto-populated section. Okay, it is not something that we will put in. It is auto-populated. Who is putting in these details? Who is putting in these details? Yeah, our inward supply that has happened, that gets auto-populated, right? So whatever, from whom we have purchased everything, we have purchased something from someone, right? So for us, that is a purchase, but for the other person, it is a sale, correct? So that person, when they are filing their GSTR1, they write whatever they have sent given us, whatever is purchased to us, it is sale for them. So they write that in GSTR1 outward supply, right? And when they write, they feed all the data that gets auto populated to us in GSTR2B. So it is nothing for us to touch, right? We don't have to do anything over here. Yes. Sarvesh, ma'am, we don't need to submit any document like sales invoice. Sarvesh, have you seen that we mentioned there was a section where we wrote that what was the invoice details and everything? We have already put it over there. So further detailing is not required. We have already mentioned the invoice number and everything, right? Exactly, Yash. Very well answered. Kirti is now asking what is auto-populated. This means if somebody is filing their GSTR1 and whatever you have purchased from them, they are writing as their sales, right? So the moment you will see your dashboard, you will see that whatever sales they have made is purchased for you, right? You have purchased those things and that will automatically come. Similar is for you also. If you file your GSTR1, you have mentioned sale details over here as your outward supply. So your sale might be purchased to somebody, right? The person who has purchased from you. So in that person's GSTR dashboard, your sales will automatically pop up. Okay, I hope you have got it. Whatever was connected to your invoice will go over there. Yes. So I think we can move ahead. We are good to go. Is there anyone who thinks that GST is very complex? It is tough to understand GST. Yeah. Do we have any such student with us who thinks that it's very tough? GST is very tough. And the moment we start writing answers on GST, it becomes more complex because to this CMA also always asks us case studies when it is GST papers. So it becomes very complex. Under which section it will come? Is it under the exemption limit, threshold limits? or you are able to remember everything? Akash is saying that, ma'am, it is very easy. GST is very easy. Okay. Vindhya is saying not tough, but a little confusion. Confusion, this means Vindhya, if you start doing a little more practice, the confusion will also go. If it is not tough for you, this means you have understood the logics, the law of GST very nicely. That is good. Absolutely. There are so many rates, there are so many threshold limits, there are so many forms to remember. It becomes a little complex. Tax is my favorite subject. Arya is saying. Which tax you are talking about? Direct tax or indirect? Or both of them are your subject? Rahul is saying, no, yes, ma'am, it is a little tough. Okay, okay, yes. Subject is vast, correct. I am not sure that right now also, they are continuing with the same content or not. But at our time, it used to be a huge content. Like I remember when I used to have a discussion with my CA friends, they used to say that there are a lot of topics that they did not add, but we had it. Because if you look at CMA degree, it is so vast that we also have so much of accounting, we have finance, we have taxation, we have costing, we have our personal costing as extra, but we also have accounting extra, we have taxation extra, we have law extra. So we are doing detailed study, and definitely it is going to help you later. Yes, income tax is easy, but only company filing is little hard. Okay. If we study and practice regularly, GST will be better. But due to changes of provisions for every assessment, there seems lost. I agree. I agree. It keeps on changing, right? Every 6 months, you get some new amendments coming out. This happens a lot of times. But do you know that if you are going for the term in which you have got assessments, and if you're very well versed with the assessments, there is high chance that assessment this new amendments are going to come in the exam, because if something is new, they always give in the examination. So that's why when we teach, we always say that amendments are very important. Make sure you go through the amendments very clearly. Okay. Anyone with us who is also doing some other degree with CMA? Anyone? Madhavi, EPAN was the first topic that we started with. I think this session started from Wednesday, no? So Wednesday first session happened on EPAN only. Sarvesh, you cannot add B2B altogether because they all have their own GST numbers, no? Imagine if they would have made a system where all the B2B you will put together, how will the system segregate them? And how will the other person claim ITC, right? Hmm. Somebody is saying how to prepare for interview. My God. Be confident whatever interviews you are giving. Be honest with yourself. and be confident that, yeah, whatever is the work, I will be able to do it, even if I don't know. That is too much. Nobody wants anything else. A return and penalties are, of course, very tedious. But I remember when I gave my finals that year, this was getting very popular. This return penalty sections. My God, I remember I so roughly studied about, ITC is such a big chapter. Then there were big chapters, place of supply, time of supply, everything was there. But the major portion in the paper came from this small chapters. Those were return penalty sections, etc. Those chapters, those we think that okay, this is less important. The whole this paper was of those questions. Divisha says she is also doing CA. Okay. MCOM masters. Okay, that is good. That is good. Masters. Okay, that is good. Because never keep all your eggs in one basket. You must have heard this. So it's always good if you're going with more degrees, but make sure that if you go for some other degree, you should not get diverted. That let's say you're doing CMA and there are CA exams also. Now, because of that, you are not able to give CMA exam properly. That is also very risky, right? Good. Tell me, do you have any doubts as of now? If you have, then please specify your doubt. We can't solve all the sums in the class, no? If you have any specific doubt, you tell me. See, along with CMA, CACS is definitely one of the top best combinations. Why? Because the syllabus is quite similar. Till foundation enter, the syllabus is quite similar. But when you start coming to finals, you realize that it's quite different. In finals, you have to deal a little. Otherwise, it's very similar. Shashank, doing ACCA is a very good option because whatever MNCs right now we have, in which we always feel that okay, let's go for MNCs. Those MNCs have started, looking for ACCA and such kind of international degrees. And not just degree, I would say also if you start upskilling yourself, you start getting few certifications, that will also add up to your degree. And that will also add up to your resume. Because at the end of the day, imagine if you also have your business, what type of people would you like to hire? The ones who just have degrees or the ones who also have knowledge with the degree? That if you give them some task, they will be able to do the task, right? So that is the second option, is the major agenda of every business person who is hiring somebody. That if I'm hiring you, you should be so capable that if I'm giving you any task, you can do it. That is the major agenda. Today, SAP is getting very popular. Why CMA Institute has made SAP mandatory for you all in the training? Because SAP has so much in demand. When you go to these MNCs, they always ask if you know SAP, that is a plus point, big plus point. Today if you don't even have degree, but you know how to do SAP, they are hiring you. They are hiring people who have good knowledge of SAP just because everything is going digital, no? So that is also nice. CPA is also nice. See, no course is good or bad. Course becomes good or bad the moment you start thinking that I will do this degree and I will get good job. That is bad. You cannot just simply get a degree and get a good job. You have to keep on working on yourself. Then only you will get something. Not just by degree you will get that, okay, I've done CMA. Now the companies would come to me and they will say, take this degree. You have the degree, take this much of a package, take 50 lakhs from me, 15, 20, whatever it is. It doesn't happen like that. Even when you hear that, in campus placements, so big packages have been offered to freshers. Why it has been offered to the freshers? There is a reason. Even if they are freshers, they get that big package. Why? Because when they were in their intern, they have done good internships. They have done nice internships where they have learned a lot. They have practical knowledge, whether it be general knowledge. They keep on listening to political things. If there is any amendment going on outside, they are aware about the changes. So just don't read amendments because it is going to come in your exam. We should be so prepared that if any amendment is coming, we should know about it. Okay, maybe they might be teaching Tally, but see, we know that Tally has been started diluting now. Very small companies who think that SAP will be very costly for them, they only are using Tally now. Others have, majorly they have started shifting to SAP, majorly. There would be a time very soon that SAPs would be all over. Just like we have Tally right now, there would be SAPs. Okay, Aditya, tomorrow, whatever doubts you have, okay, if you have doubt in filing 3, we will do it tomorrow. Okay, no problem. Absolutely. I won't say that not degrees don't matter, skill matters. I would say that they both go hand in hand. If you don't have a degree, nobody is going to even tell you that come for this high paid job interview, right? So to go till the interview table, you have to have a degree, right? Because the moment you hear that, okay, this person is a CMA qualified, you have that picture in your mind that, okay, this person is a qualified person. That makes you say that please come for the interview. But to crack the interview, to negotiate for the salary, your skills are that matters. Okay. Yes, Sai, small businesses are using Tally because for them, first of all, what is the purpose of SAP? The purpose of SAP is to make whatever system it is there, it is production, it is sales, marketing, they are combining all the departments together under one head. But do you think small businesses have these many departments? They hardly have 1% for marketing, 1% for accounting, right? So they don't need SAP. Devisha, good to hear from you. See, I will tell you all that you people are very much lucky. You people are very much lucky. When we were CMA students, okay, we were CMA students. I remember we were also eligible to go for these type of trainings, but there was no SAP. There was no Energy Vidya portals for these practical tools, nothing. So that was something that we have faced a backlash. We have learned everything by going to the firms. We got hardly paid something 2,000, 3,000 a month. You know, the traveling expense was higher than what we received. But what to do? We had to go through that stage. We did not know how to file income tax. We did not know how to file GST. We have learned everything in our internship period, where of course we have made a lot of mistakes. But now we have everything over here. See, somebody is saying that, ma'am, in big companies, graduates are earning good. Go to that graduate and ask that how many years of experience that person is having. And then say that, okay, this is the reason. Understand the reason behind why they are earning good. They're earning good because they have that much of experience. And at the end, as I said, They are looking for experience only. Yes, correct. And just imagine the moment I became a qualified CMA, they started going for these practicals. That was such a disheartening, situation. We always hear those memes, no, that the moment you cross your school, they start developing the school. School gets painted, new equipments are there at school. Same happened with me. The moment I cleared my CMA, these things started happening. Not exactly when I cleared. I think when it was 2020 from when it started, no? I think CMA inter practicals were done from my end, then it happened. I clear in December 22 term. Yes, yes, the ones who are saying it may help us. God knows how it is going to help us. But that was very disheartening. Biased. CMA has been biased with us, this means. But no, this is very nice because in CMA degree, this was a one thing that was a little missing, that they have covered the gap of practical exposure. That is very nice. Okay, now I think we are good to close with this session. We will meet in the next session at 3:30, where we are going to discuss about composition filing, and then we will move ahead with e-way bill. Okay, and tomorrow our agenda would be, if you have any doubts, we will sit tomorrow and clarify that.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Okay,
thank you,
fine.
student, for your today's session. We will right now wind upping the session and we will again join at 3:30. So stay tuned, student, for the next session.